So this is the iPhone 18 Pro and this is the iPhone Ultra. But you already knew that. We've been talking about the 2026 iPhone lineup for months and months and months, and there is very little now that we don't know about this new lineup. But that's actually what's gonna be most exciting, because what we don't know, the few surprises, the one more things thrown in there, let me break down the last minute surprises Apple is hiding until showtime, what we still don't know about these new iPhones, and kind of some of the big reveals that might have just leaked that Apple was hoping to keep under wraps. And also, before any of that, you can win an iPhone 17 totally for free thanks to this video sponsor, Whatnot. I'll share more on these juicy details in a moment. All right, so let's kick things off with the iPhone's design for this year, which I know kind of sounds ridiculous because we've seen the design of this lineup for months now. We saw the CAD files, we have the dummy models. We're very, very well accustomed to the design now of the 18 Pro and the iPhone Ultra, but that doesn't mean that Apple doesn't have some surprises to throw in here, or that we could just be totally wrong. Take, for example, what happened a couple of years ago. We saw the CAD renders and the leaks about this new double notch hole punch system that Apple was doing, and everybody was just flabbergasted as to what Apple was gonna do with this double cutout. But when it came to showtime, what no one knew was that Apple was going to basically make that cutout invisible with software wizardry and turn it into a little something called the dynamic island. And that's how that rumor was totally wrong, and how Apple totally changed things with a little bit of software magic. And that might be exactly what they do here. Maybe there are some parts of these CAD renders and these leaks that just don't seem to make a lot of sense, or they look like buttons or cutouts for one thing, but they could totally be something else. And especially kind of the lingering question we don't know about this folding phone is how invisible is that crease actually going to be? Because that's the whole thing. We've been hearing for years that Apple wants to fight back and eliminate the crease to make this a totally one-of-one kind of folding phone that has an invisible crease. But we just can't tell from the dummy models or the leaks exactly how that's going to work. So hopefully there are some nice surprises here on the design that we just don't know. Though with the iPhone 18 Pro and Pro Max, those things are basically set in stone. What you see here is very likely what we're going to get. It's basically just a slight refinement of the design we currently have on, the 17 Pro, which we had on the 16 Pro. It's basically that same tired design. Ultra's really gonna be the new kid on the block. And that kind of nicely leads me to the second big secret that we still don't know about with these phones, all the phones for that matter, and that are some of the software secrets that Apple is still hiding, because this is where Apple can really keep things kind of hidden away until showtime, because the hardware leaks like crazy because they've got to build the thing and prototype it and manufacture it in mass and get it ready, but the software is much more of a controlled thing. And what we've seen over the years are a lot of really cool software breakthroughs that we just didn't know about until Apple demoed it. For example, dual capture was something last year that had been rumored that was able to come through software. There have been many, many rumors for years about a really cool astrophotography mode or some kind of improved night mode. 8K video recording could be something that's hidden in software that Apple finally turns on. Reverse wireless charging totally makes sense for Apple to reserve those just for the higher end phones. Of course, same story is going to go with the iPhone Ultra as well, because we want to know how Apple is going to utilize that bigger canvas. Are they going to finally let you do two screens or apps side by side with the iPhone Ultra? Are you going to be able to finally use the Apple Pencil? Will stylus support finally work on that display? Are they going to bring over a split screen or a mission control or stage manager or other things from iPadOS over to the iPhone Ultra? In fact, will the folding phone just run iPadOS and not iOS? These are things that we just won't know about until Apple shows it off, because they're software things that Apple is able to keep hidden. And there's a lot of stuff here that Apple can do with software, including one of the big ones that continues to gain traction in the rumor mill, which is some kind of satellite connectivity. We're hearing that SpaceX actually is talking about launching their own Starlink mobile that would give you super high-speed internet basically anywhere on the planet. And there is a rumor that Apple is going to substantially upgrade their emergency SOS system to not just be used for emergencies, but to actually give you like super crazy fast cell speeds anywhere where you normally would be without cell service. That would be super cool and something Apple could totally hide as a software feature they turn on with the new Apple C-Series modem. Now, if all the talk of new iPhones has got you super excited, but you're not looking to break the bank, I've got something you guys are going to love. In fact, I actually got a trio of 3 amazing gadgets at an even better price thanks to this video's sponsor, Whatnot. In fact, not only are they teaming up to sponsor this video, but also they're giving you guys the chance to win a brand spanking new iPhone 17. And what better way to tell you how to win and tell you about Whatnot than to show you the haul of what I got. And as I open up box number 1, I'll tell you that if you haven't heard of Whatnot before, it is an amazing app that modernizes live shopping in the coolest way, where you're jumping into these different shows and live streams, interacting with the community and hosts, and bidding in real time on real products for a really great deal. And my example here, obviously being a techie and an Apple channel, is I was super interested to find a good deal on this. This is an iPhone 12 mini I got for under $180, and the reason I was super excited for this was that this is actually fully iOS 27 compatible. And as you're jumping into these live streams and you're seeing the different products, the hosts are telling you if there's any issue with them or there's anything wrong, battery health, things like that. For example, this I think might be my best deal ever. For $222, I got this very modern, I think it's a second, third gen iPad Pro. It's 512 gigs. It's even 5G cellular equipped, so I could throw a cellular on here. It's got the beautiful display, fully functional, works, great battery. The only issue is that the TrueDepth system didn't work. In my case, I can just, for the savings, put on my own, digital 4-digit passcode and be just fine. And finally, for my last gadget, I've always wanted to at least try out the world of Android, but I didn't want to go super high-end with a brand new phone or go budget with a low-end phone. So I actually got a Pixel 8, 128 gigs, fully unlocked in flawless condition for, let me check my notes, $175. So well under $200 for a phone still getting all the latest and greatest Pixel updates, fully functional, no issues. So I'll throw a QR code on screen and down below. Check out Whatnot. It's totally free to jump in and see what shows are on and what deals you can snag. I'll throw that info down below as well. And also, again, you can win a totally free iPhone 17. Just check out Whatnot, comment down below your username, and good luck, because not only can you get some great deals on Whatnot, but also you've got a chance here to win a brand new iPhone 17. So learn more and check it out by, again, clicking the link down below or scanning the QR code right on screen. Next part of the iPhone that Apple has done a really good job keeping under wraps over the years are the internal components. Usually stuff leaks like the chassis and the colors and the screen size. We know all that stuff because Apple is just buying so many parts that we're able to sort of piece those bits of info together, but we still don't know all of the intricate details on things like the new A-series chip and what Apple cell modem we're going to get in there, or any other custom silicon that Apple could be building into their phones. We don't know what the starting storage capacity is going to be. Is Apple going to double it, triple it, have some new flash-based super fast speed for the internal storage as well? Are they going to somehow put in some new Wi-Fi radios to have a better Wi-Fi accuracy and signal strength and things like that? There are a bunch of internal tweaks that Apple can make with the silicon and the battery and other parts that we just don't know about yet. One of the hot rumors right now is that in order to solve some battery issues, Apple's going to actually physically put 2 different batteries, or I guess 2 of the same battery, inside both parts of the, this is my impression of a folding iPhone, inside of the folding iPhone, that thing can actually have 2 stacked batteries. It's something we just don't know until we actually see the thing and people can actually tear it down. So there's definitely a lot that Apple can literally keep hidden away under wraps. Now, with that being said, the next category of surprise is one that probably isn't going to be a good one, so I'm sorry in advance, and that is price. Because with all the speculation about price increases and chip shortages and all the new pricing stuff Apple just rolled out with the Apple Upgrade program, it's going to be really interesting to see what the price of the new iPhone is going to be. And spoiler alert, it's probably not going to be good. I mean, because the iPhone Ultra is kind of in uncharted territory. It's a brand new phone. Apple kind of can price it however they want, so don't be shocked at all if the price of that thing starts at $2,000, $2,100, $2,200. But for the 18 Pro and Pro Max, there's a lot of talk right now that $100, $200, $300 increases could be on the table. Now, Apple could also do the thing where they either just absorb that price increase themselves and try to cut costs in other ways and just keep the price as it is, or what they've been doing lately is just to take away a lower tier storage option, give you a higher tier storage option at the base, but then also increase the base price that way. That's exactly what they did with the Mac Mini. There is certainly room here for Apple to show off a number of different devices. We've heard new Macs, new accessories, Apple TVs, HomePods. There's a lot ready to go and should be launching this fall. So I wouldn't be the least bit surprised if in addition to new iPhones and Apple Watches, other bits of new hardware also make their way onto the scene during this event. All right, guys, so curious to hear your thoughts. What are you hoping is a good surprise or bad surprise of the September event happening now in just a matter of weeks? Your final thoughts on price, features that made the cut, those didn't. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you're excited to see. Appreciate you guys as always for watching. Thank you so much. I'm Robert Rosenfeld. I'll see you guys in the next one.